All right, so we're going to make a quick meatloaf. Real simple stuff. I have a third of a. This is a pound and a third of beef, pork, and veal. I've got 2 eggs. I've got a third of a cup of milk. I got a half a cup of flavored breadcrumbs. You can use a variety of stuff. What I like to do is throw the breadcrumbs in the milk. Just give it a little stir around, just to soften this up a little bit. Mix that in a little bit. Okay, we're going to be adding some spices and so forth, but there is some flavor from the breadcrumbs. Okay, next we're going to do is we're going to take the pound and a third. I usually use a pound and a half. This is called meatloaf mix. My mom used to use beef, pork, and veal. But we're going to take that meat. We're going to put it into. I'm using this for 2 recipes. Take this as you may. So from that point, we've got the breadcrumb mixture, which is going to go in now. We'll mix that right in. Then we're going to take the 2 eggs. I like to crack the eggs separate so we don't get any shells in our meat. And there's an egg there. Another egg right here. And that's exactly why we do the eggs in there, because we got a shell. Much easier to get out than digging through the meat. Okay. Paper towel. Okay. Then I just scramble the eggs up a little bit. And then we're going to dump the eggs right in with the and get all the scrapes of fine flavor out of there. So we have meatloaf, breadcrumbs, eggs. I like to usually use salsa or tomato sauce, but my sauce is still frozen. Home stuff I made during the summer. So we're just going to use a ketchup, about a third of a cup of ketchup. Now, spices. You have your choice. You can use many different things. I use a little Italian flavoring, little garlic powder. I'm going to be using. Normally, I would chop onions, except I didn't have any. I thought I had onions home when I made the recipe, and they were kind of not that good. So I thought I had chopped onions. I'll continue looking at it. We're going to add a little salt and pepper. And so there we go. Oh, here. I don't have any onions. I like to put a little onion in there, but we're going to use a little onion powder. Again, whatever your flavoring is that you like. So once this is all together, now comes the mixer. Now, I like to use my left hand to mix. Wash my hands real quick. And then we just get in there and mix this. And you got to mix it good. You want to get all this stuff. And it should be a little bit. You got to watch the chunks of the breadcrumbs. Break them up. I like to keep a clean hand for everything else I might need while I'm doing this. You know, what I'm going to be doing is I got some. I'm making 2 things out of this. I'm going to make a meatloaf, and I'm going to make some stuffed peppers. So half of this will be meatloaf, and half of this will be stuffed peppers. But just keep mixing this. You know, you want to make sure all those clumps of breadcrumbs are mixed through. The only difference between this and stuffed peppers is I like to add a little rice to my stuffed pepper. So I got some rice cooking for that. Real simple. Now, unconventional, you put this in the oven. Conventionally, I'm sorry, you put this in the oven 45 minutes to an hour. Just keep an eye on it. However, I'm going to be using a air fryer, which I found to be just as good to this. So what I'm going to do right now is take a little parchment paper. And half of this I don't know, we figured it out by half. So I'm now going to get the called meatloaf, okay? Get it into the size of the loaf that you want. I find muffin tins make a real nice presentation on this. You spray a little cooking spray in the muffin tin, and then you cook them just like you would the meatloaf. Okay, so there's my meatloaf. I'm missing some. I had that. So this is another little flavor saver thing I like to add to my meatloaf. I have some fresh bacon. We have a butcher shop in town. You go in, tell the guy I need a couple slices of bacon, and they slice it right there for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a slice of bacon. I'm going to cut the bacon in half, and we're going to put that on the meatloaf like such. Well, actually, you know what? First, let's take that off. And then I like to put a little zigzag of ketchup on top, and then just a little bit more seasoning, a little pepper, a little salt. Not too much salt because you got plenty of salt in the bacon. And then we're going to put the bacon on top of the ketchup. And there you go. There is your meatloaf. Now, I'm going to cook it in the air fryer. I'll get back to you with the final product, what it looks like. But I'm going to put it in there for 20 minutes. I'm not going to flip it, but I'll turn it after 20 minutes. And we'll give you the final product what it looks like when it's done.